This is the Chris and Aaron Show with Kristen, Zach, and Aaron Camaro.
It's VIP, where the V stands for Vinny. I think so.
Let me get the mic open.
So, some more exciting developments, right?
Oh boy.
I love our intro this week, by the way. I'm very proud of that. I think it's really good.
Where I confess my undying love for Nickelback. Is this going up after that? Did you've uploaded?
Yeah, I've already uploaded all the other stuff.
Did Rock and Ron get that up
I don't
yet?
think so, man.
Okay, Ron, get on that, because
Well, if he's listening
if
to
you're listening.
then he already knows.
Oh, duh. Yeah, no shit.
But
I need to message
Rock
him,
and
though,
Ron's
and-
been on the road a lot lately.
And he's actually, I think he's at
Okay.
Wolf Fest right now, saying
Oh,
Tora Tora.
nice.
But or maybe that's tomorrow. But I need to message him and just say, hey, for a rare time sensitive VIP stuff that's going on.
I think some of our VIPs still have access to the old Dropbox box, right?
I think we cleared it out for
Yeah.
space
Oh,
because
okay.
it was going to get shut down. But yeah, it's I'm not going to Atlanta. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
happening. There's
And if you're not going, I'm not going.
I'm going to save hundreds of dollars and not go. I might, and I want to talk to you about this while we're on mic, I guess. The week after is NAMM in LA. If you're interested in going, I can get us passes.
I just don't think with my new job that I could do it right now. That's a big chunk of time off, ain't it? Like a week?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, it starts on Thursday and ends on Sunday.
Wow.
It's just a weekend, really. But you want to be there for Thursday.
Right.
Thursday and Friday are the invite only days.
Right.
So if you have a pass, you go to those.
Oh, cool.
And then usually Saturday's the public day.
Right.
Where less, although I think in LA it's invite only the whole time, if I'm remembering right. But it's better to be there for the first 2 days.
Right on.
And then by Sunday, no one's there. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday those are your hopping days to be there. Which I got there Thursday and only got to go to the last hour on Thursday last year, which bummed me out because I missed a lot.
Yeah.
But Andy from who helped us with the sound of the expo, he said, "Let me know if you and Aaron want in. I can get you both passes." Of course, then you got.
That'd be a tough one to pull off, I think.
But I could see if my brother's in-laws will allow us to stay in their RV in their backyard again too.
Yeah. That sounds pretty fun.
Right there in Anaheim, so you save money on lodging.
Yeah.
Really, all you need is beer money and money to get rides wherever you're going, or rent a car.
Huh.
I'll do it if you'll do it. My wife's already expected me to push her about going, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that something? Is Michelle? She's not interested in nothing like
this
that.
would probably be a you and me trip.
Yeah. Jamie would be. Oh, she'd want to go to LA, but she wouldn't want to go to.
Yeah, Michelle has no interest in going to NAMM, especially.
No.
She thinks that's as fun as watching paint dry.
Yeah.
So, which it would be for her.
Right,
We'd be there
yeah.
getting interviews, and
Right.
she'd be like, "Well, this is boring as fuck."
Right.
I'm just saying, something
Yeah.
to think about.
Okay.
But if you commit, I'll go.
And that's in January?
Yeah, it's the last weekend in January.
Okay. Let me work on that.
Pretty great
Let me
for
see what
both
I
of
can
us to
do.
go.
It would be pretty sweet.
Meet up with some of the LA podcasters we know and do some stuff with them too.
Yeah.
I think it would be great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe this time I can go on a roll with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Now you've got so much more Vinnie Vincent stories to talk with him about.
Yeah, and we could.
Sorry, Earl. We tried to go to Atlanta and get your cassettes, but
well, we could go to. We could stay at the Jim Morrison hotel room.
No way.
I drove by it, the Alta Cienega Motel.
Wow.
Still looks the same now as it did in 1971. So, all right. So, yeah. So, developments. I'm not going to Atlanta. And really because, well, I guess mostly because of hypocrisy. They actually have not told me, no, you can't go. But...
Because he was going to go, but there's a Nickelback concert in town that
right.
night.
Yeah, there might as well be. No, but no, it's two phases of things that caused me to make this decision. The first one is I email Vin's lawyer and the promoter a few weeks ago saying, hey, I know there's been some stuff said on the show in the past. Just want to make sure I'm clear to come to this thing because I don't want to book airfare or I don't want to book travel cost and hotel and tickets and all that and then get turned away at the door because there's weirdness with, well, I've went over this before.
They're going to have a big poster of you.
Yeah.
That's who we should go down there, just take a picture of the poster that
Right.
they have a view up behind the ticket booth.
It'd be cool to see it.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I didn't hear anything for like 2 weeks, and then I sent another message saying to the lawyer, saying, "Hey, can you just let me know one way or the other, and to the promoter?" I was like, "It's okay if it's a no, but just tell me something."
Right.
Nothing, just crickets. So now I'm starting to get pissed because it's like, this isn't professional at all. Just answer a fucking email.
Right.
So I emailed the lawyer last weekend saying, pretty unprofessional to not say anything. And that got his attention.
So did we cover this part already?
I don't remember if we did or not.
I thought we did.
Did we cover? Okay.
So I think we got up to the part where, let's see, where did we leave off?
Well, the last thing I had heard,
because he answered you back.
Yeah, he had said basically, we're watching what you say, and blah blah blah, and
so
basically to see how things play out.
Right.
Like have you kissed enough ass for us to say yes?
And at this point, we'd already recorded the episode.
Yeah. And then we had a decision to make.
Then Chris came and was wanting to cancel the whole shit. He was mad. Ooh, is he mad?
Well, that was after what was revealed yesterday.
Okay, so yeah,
that's what we haven't gotten.
That's what we got to get to.
So the video finally gets released.
Yes.
It's a cool little video. I thought it was cool to see, to see Vinny's nose and forehead.
Right, but when he said, "Damn right I did,"
the whole "did Vinny save?"
pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, but he's answering the tagline from Three Sides of the Coin, which kind of pissed me off. And then,
but people were saying that shit way before there was such a thing.
Yeah, but they've made it like their calling card. But the funniest thing is, they say it as a joke,
right?
As like, what kind of moron believes Vinny Vincent saved Kiss? They've done this they've goofed on him for years,
right?
And then he's saying their thing, and at the same time, I look at who uploaded the video, and it's Michael Brandville.
Right.
And I was like, you've got to be shitting me.
Who did that god-awful voiceover on that? Hey, Vinny Vincent fans, Vinny Vincent's going to be at the Expo in Atlanta in January.
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
Now, you think it's Michael.
I don't know who it is.
I think
Whoever
it's either him or the promoter.
It's
one
a terrible
of the two.
voiceover.
Yeah, it's not a very good voiceover. And they did
what would that shit would have sounded like if they'd come to me and said, "Aaron Camaro, we want you to read this."
Well, you would have probably at least used the pop filter. Because it's not even recorded well.
Or at least held the microphone back a little bit while I screamed, "Sunday, Sunday, Sunday, Vinny Vincent."
I think our Rock and Pod Expo commercial is better than their Expo commercial, sound quality wise.
Totally.
But so that really kind of set me off. Well, let me just be full disclosure. Of course, I'm jealous. I would love to be in that position. I'm not going to lie about that. But
we are jealous. That's bullshit. It should be us. Everybody knows it.
But the hypocrisy of these guys getting all this access after years of mocking the guy, but I'm being told it's iffy on if you can come.
Right.
And I'm like,
that's what's funny about it.
I'm like, what fucking reality did I move into?
So this podcast, Three Sides, they can talk shit about Vinny Vincent
for years,
for their whole existence, and somehow gets the inside shimmy
after doing an ass-kissing episode where they reverse course on everything they said.
So, I mean, doesn't that hurt their integrity? Don't their listeners then go, wait a minute, these guys that we're excited about and have liked and, whatever all this time, now all of a sudden, how can we, I would be like, you know what, fuck these guys. How can they have a stance all this time?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, because of this, it's going to change.
I don't know.
I would say I would stop listening to the show. If you all of a sudden turn around and start loving Nickelback, that would be crazy. I mean,
I'm so proud of that.
It's not that we've dedicated episodes to talking shit about Nickelback or anything, but
it's so easy to see through what was going on with that.
Right.
But it's just
that's what I'm saying.
But that's what bugs me is I have a feeling maybe they got an email like I did with, we're seeing how you act.
Yeah.
And then they put that episode out. Maybe.
Oh, well, if you really want to see how we act, why don't you come on the show with us? I mean, it's smart, I guess.
I guess, but
it's kind of shifty too,
It's completely shifty.
And more than shifty, it's phony.
It's very fun. Well, no, I'm talking about more from the Vinny's lawyer that perspective. I'm like, You can't just say yes or no. You got to do this wringing your hands together. What is he going to say on his show to kiss his ass?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that's what the issue then became, because
Yeah.
we talked about, canceling the show, and I knew you were mad. I knew.
Well,
you
I was
were,
like, why do I want to fucking promote this thing if you're going to be dicks to me about it and then treat these assholes like gold?
But
and this stays between us. Although, fuck it, I don't even care anymore. Say what you want, guys. I don't care. Fuck them. I give a shit if they like me.
Right. But what it came down to was we talked about it. We said, hey, we've always done our show the way we want to do it.
Yeah.
It's my show and it's your show. That's it. We make the final decision on it.
Right.
And our listeners appreciate what we've done over the years. We've built up a real following of real people.
Absolutely.
Every single one of those likes, every single one of these downloads, we feel love for each and every one of them because we know they're real, So that makes it more special than anything. But, as far as the show goes, we are dictated by no one else but ourselves and our listeners. And so for somebody else, some other entity to steer the show away from what the listeners would want, because the listeners would want our discussion about Vinnie Vincent. They love that shit,
and
just
they
like
want
we
it
do.
to be honest like it was.
Yes.
Where we bring up some stuff that he may not like.
Yes.
But it's there. You should talk about it. We're not. We do it
It's
from
real.
We do it from a curiosity standpoint, not from a way to bash him or poke fun at him like other people have done.
Right.
I've always defended him on a lot of stuff.
You totally have. Yeah.
And
more than probably anybody else.
That's why I'm dumbfounded by how this turned out. It's like what should have been a really happy day for me pretty much became a nightmare because of the way it turned out. I was just like, what the fuck?
Right. I was just thinking about how different the episode would have turned out if you'd got that information before we recorded it versus how it turned out after. Be like, man, I really like that Vinnie Vincent song. You'd be like, yeah, I guess.
Slaughter could have written a sequel to Burning Bridges, and it would have been about me.
Yeah,
because I would have torched the whole village. I was that mad.
He really was.
I really was.
I had to talk him down.
Did you see that post on Facebook?
I begged him to sleep on it.
Did you see that post about the VIP on Facebook? If you're thinking about signing up for the Decibel Geek VIP through Patreon, this is a good week to do so. Hey, because I got to sell too.
Right.
But yeah, and Aaron talked me off the ledge because I was ready to fucking throw the whole thing in the garbage.
Yeah, he was.
I was like, fuck giving this guy any more promo. He's a dick. And
right, but I just pictured somebody out there, like you say, wringing their hands going, ha 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 ha. We sure stuck the skewers to Sinzak, didn't we? Ha ha ha. No, fuck them. Don't give them the satisfaction.
But this might be the last episode we do on the guy. I don't know that I want to do anything else after this.
Hey, you never know how things turn out. Like I said, Three Sides gets a hold of him. They treat him like shit. He fucking hates it. He eventually comes on Decibel Geek and loves it.
I don't know that they even get an interview, though.
Yeah.
I still don't know that happens. It might. If it does, great. But
we're sitting here fighting over Vinnie Vincent, and in the end, it'll be fucking Eddie Trunk.
Well, that's what I was thinking. If he's going to go through anyone, he should go through Eddie.
Right.
Because Eddie at least has a giant audience. It's all over, and he's, let's face it, as much as Eddie annoys me, he's got more credibility than those clowns.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So, but it's, and I hate being the guy talking shit, but, I honestly feel like it's warranted at this point.
Yeah.
It's the height of lunacy that it's turned out like this. That's why I posted also yesterday. Has anyone seen Ashton Kutcher?
Right.
Because I'm waiting for him to jump out and tell me this has all been a big prank.
Wearing Egyptian warrior makeup when he jumps out of the bushes.
Right. Yeah, perfect. It's like, what? And I was like, I just dealt with 2 weeks of drama from Michael Butler. Now I got to deal with 2 weeks of drama from Michael Brandfold and Vinnie Vincent. So, yeah.
Well, I guess once again, I'm with the fuck those guys camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I should have listened to you a long time ago. I've always tried to be diplomatic about those guys, and you and a host of others have been like, "Why are you even being nice about them?"
Well, I mean, it's the difference of being nice or
just not giving a fuck.
I don't really give a fuck too much, really. It burns me to see you hurt, to know that, it burns me more than anything that I'm not going to get to see you meet Vinnie Vincent.
That makes two of us.
I would have paid for all that to see you meet Vinnie Vincent.
It's just a bummer, man. I mean, I don't think that I've earned the right to interview him or whatever. Even if those guys got the interview and the lawyer and promoter had just been like, yeah, it's no problem, come on out, I'd have been fine with that.
Right.
But the way it's turned out, it's just like I told the lawyer, I was like, I don't even have any desire to come anymore. I really don't.
And we don't have to say their name, but you were telling me about another podcast that was trying to get a table down there at the expo that's getting run through hoops trying to
another
even get
Kiss
that
podcast.
straight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's kind of like, I don't know, is there shenanigans going on?
Well,
with,
it's
you
like
know,
you say,
allowed?
maybe, three sides come in and say, hey, we'll produce your video and we'll do this for you and we'll do that for you and we'll give you $1,000 and we'll do all this. And, we become the podcast at the expo. Nobody else is allowed to be in there to compete with us.
I'm not claiming that's the truth.
That's just a theory.
It's
who
just
knows? A theory.
Or somebody could have offered their marketing skills to help.
Right.
I don't know. Or, maybe
somebody gives good to hand job. I know 3 guys that grab it all at once. Shake it down.
You need a sock for that.
Shake it down now. I got a sock right here.
Yeah,
it's
an autographed one.
It's the most awesome sock. Yeah, an autographed sock. And anybody that thinks that's not cool, they can go fuck themselves too.
That's true. Yeah, so see, we're dealing with haters from all sides, but it's funny. We're always the nice guys,
right? Yeah, we're the guys in the middle. Us and our friends that do podcasts. We're giving love to each other and having fun, and just creating great content for people to enjoy.
This is supposed to be fun, damn it.
Yeah, well, no.
What happened?
It's still fun.
I know, but I don't need all this bullshit drama. I have teenagers at home already. I don't need this shit. That's what I was like yesterday. I was like, God, this was a fun hobby, was it not? What happened?
I guess we'll see when your next tire gets slashed.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, God. Have we shared that one on here already?
I don't think so. You've always been kind of gun-shy about that story.
Well, because I can't verify that, who the slasher was.
But it's pretty...
All right. This stays here.
Okay, this is the climax of Vinnie Vincent week. No, I know you haven't, because you've always been kind of, like I said, kind of shy about telling. This is the climax of Vinnie Vincent week right here.
Yeah, and this is PC. I don't mean politically correct. I mean pre-Camaro. This is before Aaron even met me.
Yeah.
I put out the first Vinnie Vincent special. This was, May or June of 2011, like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And but I had posted on the Vinnie Vincent fan forum ahead of time that I'm going to be putting a podcast out with some interviews from a book that I had lost, because you guys all know that story,
right?
And it's going to talk about people that have had dealings with Vinnie Vincent, good and bad. I did admit what it was going to be.
Yeah.
And this was at this time, Vinnie was promoting his guitar line, which there's a whole other story that premiered at NAMM later that year, or in the next year. And the YouTube description area was basically where he was communicating with people, or I should say threatening people. And I had my turn at bat, because I posted on that message forum that I was going to be putting an episode together. I don't think he knew what a podcast was.
Yeah.
So
are you telling me that Decibel Geek was likely the first podcast that Vinnie Vincent ever listened to?
Possibly.
I like that.
Pretty likely, actually.
Then even more reason why. See, then he should be on our. Then he can say, you know what, you guys, you were the first podcast I ever listened to. And we were like, Vinnie Vincent, without you, there wouldn't even be a podcast.
You're the first podcast I threatened to sue. But then we were.
Not the last.
Yeah, certainly not. But no, so I said that I'm doing this, and then like within hours, the description in his YouTube video changed to, it's been brought to our attention that an unauthorized broadcast of Vinnie Vincent is being planned to be released. This is illegal, and make no mistake, this is illegal, and the person responsible will be sued to the fullest extent of the law. Make no mistake, you will be sued. I still remember reading that. And I was like, okay. And I was a little nervous at first, because this guy likes to sue people,
right?
But then I talked to my friend who's in the legal world, and
he laughed,
brought him up to speed. He was like, he can't. He's like, I was like, can he sue me? He's like, well, yeah, you can sue anybody for anything. It's not going to have any veracity to it if you're just talking, and it's people talking. Unless it's people sharing their memories and their stories, so it's not really. He's like, if there's defamation involved, it's on the person sharing the stories part, not on yours.
Right. That would have been like if we did the interview without the reveal at the end.
Yeah, because we would have been claiming we were something we weren't.
Right.
but and we weren't defaming him at all.
Right.
But yeah, I got threatened on. Okay, so he threatened me. I went ahead, put the episode out anyway, like a few days later, and within about 24 hours, I went out to go to work the next morning and opened the door, and my driver's side front tire was slashed. Well, my tire was flat.
And this was back when you lived in the same town as
I lived
Vinnie
10
Vincent.
minutes away from him, and the tire was flat. But I just thought, well, I ran over a nail or something. The tire's flat. So I, did the tire change, put on the spare, drove up to Discount Tire up here in Smyrna, which is where Vinny lived, and said, hey, can you patch or plug this thing? Guys, yeah, let me take it to the back and I'll look at it. And then a few minutes later, he comes back. He goes, sir, can you come with me? And I walked with him. He's like, can you look at the sidewall here? He goes, you've got a horizontal cut on the sidewall here. He said, your tire this isn't a flat tire, this is a slash tire. And I said, are you sure? He said, oh yeah. He's like, somebody took a knife or something and jabbed this thing. So I was like, what the hell is this? And I hadn't put the pieces together at the time. I was like, who the hell was... And I was thinking maybe one of my kids who were real young at the time pissed somebody off or something. So I grilled my children. I'm like, did you make anyone upset in the neighborhood? Did you steal from one of your friends or something? And they swore up and down. And I know when my kids are being honest or not. I can spot a liar because I was a great one at their age. And no, they didn't. They were like, I don't know who would have done that. And then it hit me. I was like, I just put out that special. And then I was like, but how would he get my address? So then I go on my Facebook profile. And at the time, I realized that my address was right there on for public view, right there.
Yeah, because you can put it on there.
Oh, yeah. And I was easy to find. So I don't know that it was him. So I can't. That's why I'm not pointing the finger. But it was an interesting.
He looked at his tire and then he was like, I can't believe it. And he turned around and looked, and there's this big Ankh spray painted on the side of his house.
I did an Art Garfunkel special that week too, and he didn't live anywhere near it. I'm just kidding. But no, I couldn't think of any other person. But who knows? It still could have been one of my kids' friends or something. I don't know.
I like to think it was Vinnie Vincent because that's a lot cooler story.
Yeah, it's a cooler story. And anytime his name comes up around my wife, she's like, that motherfucker owes us $100. So, I'm not joking about that.
Honey, what are you doing on the show this week? I don't know, Vinnie Vincent special. That motherfucker.
Oh, she hates talking about him.
Yeah.
When I told her yesterday, when I was at the height of my anger yesterday, and I was like, I'm fucking done, dude. I'm not doing any more shows on him. She's like, I've been telling you to stop doing shit on him for years. She was thankful.
Oh, man.
And then I told her that, like, Aaron talked me back into doing the episode. She's like, damn it. She's like, okay, I guess I see why.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm still looking forward to you being done with this.
All I'm saying is we don't want to fuck it up for ourselves so that Vinnie Vincent can be at the expo next year.
Okay.
Instead of Nickelback.
Well, yeah. But yeah, so that's where things stand, and
that's where it finally happens. I see the future.
You really think he's going to come to the expo next
That's
year?
when it finally happens. You, me, Vinnie Vincent up on stage. Awesome.
Well, if I win the Powerball, maybe we can afford it.
He'll come on his own. Yeah, he will. He knows us. He's listening. We're the first podcast he ever listened to. He owes you $100. He's got to do it.
All right, we got to check with Todd. We'll find out where the hell he is.
All right, Toddzilla should be here pretty quick, so I guess this is a little short one unless we add an amendment to it. Let's see.
Recently, and in the past, from that publishing company, and I'd still like to do the idea of doing an episode and using it to promote the books like we did with the Rush book.
Yeah.
We got a Hendrix one in that's really cool.
Okay.
You could do the heavier side of Hendrix.
I like that.
And then you could even do a back-to-back weeks like we do and do Hendrix covered in metal, because there's a whole ton of fucking great Jimi Hendrix covers out there.
Yeah.
That's a 2-week stretch just on that one idea. You like that?
We should almost try to tie in anniversaries. This would be a good publicity thing too. Like if you say on this day, 40 years ago or whatever, Jim Morrison died. Mm-hmm. So you do the heavier side of the Doors, and then you do the Doors covered in metal. Right. So that way you can promote it as...
I like that back-to-back week thing, too.
Yeah, I like that, too. But then you can promote it as the anniversary of, and then there's going to be other stories of the anniversary of floating around out there, so that'll get some traction, too.
Yeah. So you should look into that. And then, like, I've still got the Black Sabbath book, too. It doesn't have to be heavier side of Sabbath, but it could be... the book's based around the first incarnation of Sabbath. We can do something, top 5 70s Black Sabbath songs. Something that's easy enough. Of course, all
or you just break it down and say top 10 Ozzy era.
Yeah. Nothing from 13 is going to be on my list, so...
Well, no, I'd stick with the early stuff, too. It's just implied.
Yeah, mine will just be 5
Otherwise,
songs
we
from
do
Technical Ecstasy.
Ugh.
Sorry. I just killed you.
Are there 5 good songs on Technical Ecstasy?
I love that album.
I know there's a couple good ones on there.
It would be all
5.
Technical Ecstasy and Sabotage. I mean, mostly. I like the later stuff better.
Yeah. There is some good stuff, but I like the early.
For some reason, I enjoy bands' material when they're falling apart and have drug problems.
Right. It worked for the Beatles and Aerosmith.
And then I got one that was like a history of heavy metal book. I don't know if that's going to work for an episode idea, but we could use it as a giveaway.
Are we supposed to record something for Devin and Baco, too?
Yes. Thank God you said something. Yeah.
All right.
For their 100th episode. And they sent us something for our 300th.
That's cool.
So wait.
Did you listen to it?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm sure it's them mocking us.
Right.
So, yeah. So what's this? Toddzilla's going to be 298? Yes.
Yeah.
And then Casey will be 299. And then we have 300. So
have we been getting any good response?
We've got like 4 or 5 voicemails, which I mean that's really enough. The rest we can just have a loose discussion. Honestly, I'd kind of like to make that a fun episode. I don't know. Do we want to do it as like a look back thing, or I don't know how do we want to approach it? I'd like to come up with like some sort of new segment that we could debut on that episode. Something we could do regularly that would be cool. I'm trying to think of what it would be, though. Could be, I don't know. We had that idea of, I don't know, just like something to recommend something. I don't know. Ralph and Ian do that pick of the week thing, but I don't know, something in that vein, I guess, that we could. It's just something new, but it needs to be something we can.
You just pick a product. And say, this is your geek pick of the week.
Something like that.
I want to turn you guys on to something really cool. And this is the new album by this, or this is a book by this, or this is a new beer, or whatever.
Yeah. Just like a geek suggestion, or we'll have to come up with a clever title.
Yeah.
And that way, and it could be anything, really. And I don't know, I'm trying to think. And I need to go over that list that Adam Cox that I went over with you on the Chris and Aaron show that we were talking about the ideas he had about stuff. We go over some of that stuff. I do want to retool things and try to get more interactive because that tends to do better these days than just doing a show and then.
I think maybe if we could find a way. I think something we should do every episode is maybe take a look at the articles that came out that week.
Yeah, and we did that a couple times, and it was good.
Yeah,
but we need to focus on that.
Because we can spark a little discussion off of that too,
and
traffic
plus to the website too.
And gets the guys that are out there doing the work and making those articles on the website gives them the more credibility than they deserve it.
Yeah, I've wanted to have kind of synergy with the website.
Yeah, and that's a great way to do it because that shows we're paying attention to the website. Everybody should be paying attention to the website.
Yeah, and it's kind of been 2 separate entities, and because so much so that even some of the writers I don't think even listen to the show. I think they're just part of the team.
What? That's a requirement, damn it.
Yeah, but I mean,
we should send them quiz questions every week.
Yeah.
To find out if they listen to the show.
But we could do.
And if you didn't listen to the show, then we can't release your article.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that to them. Yeah, we're
until you do.
All this work you're doing for free. Now we're going to put conditions on it. Dig that. No, but I figured that'll. I mean, at the least, if we do like you're saying, though, we could get the writers to be more interactive with helping with the show too.
Yeah, true.
And actually, I thought
that'd be a good way to get them to actually listen to it and be like, "Hey, man, we mentioned your name this week on the show."
Yeah, and your article. Great job by so and so on this article.
Yeah, right.
It does help. But no, and
because I mean, right now we're recording and doing a little VIP, but
are we recording?
Yeah,
this?
Oh yeah, I've been recording this whole time.
Oh Jesus.
But
I hope I didn't screw up.
No.
Okay. Take out the part where I said
say, I don't know. Shit, I lost my train of thought now. Edit that out.
no, but
I was saying that like the VIPs, like we're talking like when we're talking like this, we're talking about the people that aren't VIPs yet, or
Yes.
Maybe could be,
Well,
or don't
'cause
really submerge themselves into what we're doing as much as you guys do, and we want to, reach out to as many people as we can with this.
Yeah, we want more VIPs because we think the VIP stuff's the best stuff. Or it's the most interesting stuff.
Oh, we were just talking about that, about the VIPs and how we just got a new one, which is awesome. Do you happen to know
his name is Tom? I'm trying to remember what his last name is.
If you be listening to this, this might be your first VIP experience.
Tom Logsdon from Illinois.
Nice.
So, that's a name I didn't even know that. Usually it's somebody I've known on Facebook for a while, but no, I had to friend him today and added him to the group today. And
cool.
And welcome, buddy. And but yeah, we were saying we want to increase the population of VIPs.
Yeah. Because
it's I think it's worthwhile, and I think it of course it helps us, but I think it helps us put out more material, and we're going to work harder on cooler stuff for you guys. And the one idea, I actually had this today. I want to maybe do, even on Instagram and on the Facebook page, we could do like a particular VIP spotlight. And like we could do a little questionnaire for and for the VIPs, and each week we'll spotlight one of the VIPs and like have their answers on the social media pages.
Okay, all right.
Like, how did you get into the show?
Right.
What are your favorite bands? What are your favorite episodes? Stuff like that. And it's just a token of our appreciation, but it's cool because it puts a face to what you guys are.
Right on. If that's what you want.
If you want to be that. If you don't want your picture, your answers, or anything, that's fine.
Right.
But I think it'd be cool to spotlight some of you guys and
because you are our favorites.
You are. You absolutely are.
Even you, Ian.
Oh God, I forgot Ian's a VIP. No. Never mind. No.
As his Raiders are on TV beating the crap out of your Chiefs right now.
I hope not.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Him and Ralph are taking a break.
Really?
Yeah, him and Ralph posted something yesterday, I think, yesterday.
Huh.
So there's nothing. It's not personal issues with them. It's just they have to deal with some personal stuff, but there's not like animosity or anything.
That's good.
They just need a break.
Right on. It's podcasting is not easy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work sometimes.
All their listeners need to come over here and just play.
He was like Chris was earlier saying, hey, how much of the Toddzilla you got edited? And it's like, it's been kind of a crazy week, man. I'm trying.
Yeah.
So he's going to take Toddzilla this week and edit it up, and then I'm going to jump ahead to the next one, which is going to be really cool. Have I told the story about how we met Casey?
I don't think so.
All right, so I'm at work, and it was the weekend of the expo. It was like that Friday, and I had the Nashville scene that had our picture and the article in it. And as you can imagine, I'm pretty stoked about it because that morning was the first time I got to see it. And so I got it at work, and I got a bunch of them in the back of my car. And so then I'm looking. I guess I'm carrying it around with me, kind of. And the dude from Sherman-Williams is delivering paint to the work site. So. To the property, and so he brings it back, and I get talking to him, and it's like, yeah, man, we're doing the Rocket Pod Expo this weekend. He's like, oh yeah, that's cool. What's that? And he's like, I know about podcasts. I was like, right on, check this out. And I showed him the Nashville scene. He's like, well, that's you, man. I said, hell yeah, it is. He's like, well, that's super cool. I've always wanted to do a podcast. What would you tell me about starting one? And I said, just pick something you're passionate about, something you believe in, something you're really interested in. Mm-hmm. If it's something either you know a lot about or something you want to learn more about, or preferably a little of both.
Right.
And it's something you really care deeply about, you just start doing it, and then people will catch on to what you're doing that have like interests and see that you're real about it.
Right.
And you'll be fine. You'll be good. What are you thinking about doing one about? And he said, well, I'm really into conspiracy theories. And I said, man, that's cool. I dig that. I said, I listen to a couple of podcasts that delve into some of that stuff. I said, it'd be super interesting. I said, I'd listen to it. I said, if you did that, I would totally listen to it.
Right.
So we get talking, and I said, well, there's a lot of conspiracies in rock music. I said, if you were to be able to put up 7 or 10, cool cool rock conspiracies. Do some research, pick some good ones out, and come over to the studio and sit down and hang out with me and Chris, and we'll have an experiment and see how it goes.
Right.
And we recorded that the other night, and it turned out pretty cool.
I think it was a fun talk, although he loses points for not knowing the Paul is dead one.
Yeah.
That's like the granddaddy of all of them.
Right,
So
yeah.
I was like, you don't know that one? But
I don't know. Maybe
he's
he
younger
just
than us, isn't
maybe
he?
just by a couple of years.
Yeah.
But maybe he just thought the Beatles weren't, metal enough for Decibel Geek.
Yeah, well, we're more rock and roll anyway.
Right.
But it was.
But I don't think he knew.
But I thought the Nirvana part of the discussion was pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
There was a lot of. I didn't realize the whole 9/11 one.
No, don't spoil that.
Yeah.
You guys got to wait
I'm
for
not gonna
that. It's
detail
a
why,
pretty
but
cool
it's
episode.
interesting.
It was a
Yeah.
fun conversation.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to editing that one. So then I'm going to start working on it while Chris
Okay.
finishes up Toddzilla, and
Yep.
then we're about to record the intro for Toddzilla's show, and it was awesome to have him back out here.
Absolutely. And then I've got to get him scheduled, but Brian Davis is going to come on, and he did the $100 pledge for the bonus tracks episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So,
I've been putting a little thought to that.
Yeah, so we got to get our picks together for that and get him scheduled, and we should do that one next week, I think. If you're up for it.
Sure.
Hopefully
Yeah.
your work schedule works a little better next
I don't
week.
go back on call until Friday morning.
Cool.
And then I'm on till the next Friday morning, and then I'm off for 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. Well,
But even at that, recording's not too bad. I can usually,
yeah.
I might have to stop and take a phone call or something.
Right.
But, that ain't no different than tonight, because what I'm doing for work is I'm keeping the phone where any emergency after hours calls are going to come to me. And then I'm going to try to talk them through whatever their issue is and not have to bother anybody else.
Right.
And we all agreed at work that I'm the one that should be doing that.
Gotcha. And then next weekend we'll be in South Haven.
Yeah, that
Or
might be.
I'll be in South
Yeah,
Haven?
you might just be.
Oh, you're not going to make it?
I don't think so.
What happened?
It's not looking good. Jamie has got to take Ace on Monday to go to UT for their picking of the dorms or whatever the hell is going on. And so they're planning on taking off a little early. Her parents are going with them, but somebody's got to stay with the dog.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's probably what it's going to come to be.
Oh, man.
But, our dog is getting old, man. He can't be left alone.
I can already hear Rock and Ron crying.
I know. I really wanted to go hang out for that, too. But the concession is that I'm, definitely going to Atlanta. There's no question about that.
You want to bring Chopper to Memphis?
Bring Chopper with us?
Yeah.
Just dress him up like Sammy Hagar, see if he can get us backstage?
Sammy Hagar.
I don't know.
Ugh. No, thank you.
I was just, hey, here's something I was meaning to ask you. Does Vince Neil live in Nashville, too?
He has a house in Franklin.
Okay. All right.
He splits his time between here and Vegas.
Right.
I still think most of his time's in Vegas.
Cool.
But yeah, Sammy Hagar filmed a TV show.
Right,
out
yeah,
here.
that's where I got Sammy on the brain, I guess, because it was on Access TV, and all these Sammy Hagar things are coming up.
I heard the show's pretty good, though.
And so I DVR'd it, and I was like, now every time it comes on, I was like, I really want to watch a show about Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
And then I end up not watching it.
I heard he's pretty good on that show.
Yeah.
Well, don't tell Ian. Well, Ian's hearing that. Sorry, Ian.
I'm sure Ian's never watched it.
And I'm sure David Lee Roth would be much better on his own show.
You know it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'd be watching that the day it came out.
It needs to be just him, though, because no one else can get a word in.
No, it'd be cool. David Lee Roth going around talking to people. Like the TV show.
Talking at people.
Talking at people. I'm sure he's a good listener sometimes.
If he's sedated enough, sure.
He seems like a smart enough dude that he would actually listen to people, though, too.
Maybe.
He's good. But because when you're hearing Dave being Dave, it's because he's being interviewed by somebody. But I think if Dave was doing the interviewing, like he did that podcast for a while.
Yeah, the Dave show, the Roth show.
Right.
Yeah, he did that by himself.
Oh, you didn't have never any guests on that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't remember him ever talking to anybody else.
See, Dave.
Although
it'd be cool to see Dave in that role. Him go rolling into town to go talk to Vince Neil or whoever.
When Different Kind of Truth came out, they did some interviews with him interviewing Alex and Eddie, and that actually went pretty well.
I bet it did.
That was pretty interesting.
See, Dave there should really be a Dave TV channel.
Oh, I'd watch.
I'd subscribe like the WWE
I
Network.
would too. Yeah, I'd pay a monthly fee for that.
All shows are Dave approved. Shoot, yeah.
There'd be a lot of martial arts and sheepdog herding and Probably some mambo dancing, all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
And
old reruns of Rescue 911.
Right. Yeah, he was a paramedic. But no, man, that sucks. You're not going to Memphis, man.
I know. I wanted to go too.
All right. Well,
It's
Ron,
just a weird timing thing.
I'll be entertaining you and Dawn then.
See, but Chris will be having a good time because he'll be relaxing.
You're gonna miss a good show.
I know. You're gonna get to interview Brett Michaels, and I would miss it.
Please. No, I'm not gonna get to interview Brett
I bet
Michaels.
you would.
Might need to talk to you about borrowing the Zoom though.
Yeah, no problem.
If you're cool with me catching stuff down.
Yeah.
At the very least, I get
That's
some
if
man.
that's the only way I get to enjoy any of it, then definitely
Get some man on
Zoom
the street
away.
stuff there. Although Anthony said backstage is on lockdown and they're trying to get me a press pass, but
Yeah.
I told him I was like, I'll just buy a ticket. It's not a big deal.
Right.
I don't mind supporting it.
Damn, man. If Vinnie Vincent's going to let me in, I think you guys can.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Brett Michaels ain't got nothing to worry about. He never flattened my tire.
He didn't appreciate. Oh shit. What said in VIP stays in VIP. Tom,
Haven't we told this story on VIP
We have,
before?
but we
Okay.
got Tom on board now.
Oh, yeah.
He's never heard that story. So Tom, go
Tom,
back in the archive.
Okay,
and
listen, Tom, here's the thing.
I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
For anybody else that hasn't been around long enough to know how it works, we got to say it once again.
Yeah.
What gets said in VIP has to stay in VIP.
That's part of the deal.
That's the privilege.
I'll cancel your membership and boot you out if you say anything from here on in public.
Well, I mean,
Because this is where we spilled dirt.
right. I don't think it's got to come to that extreme because we trust you guys, So.
Yeah, but if I find out so-and-so said, Chris said blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, don't break our trust, though.
Especially when it comes to three sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Devin and Baco? So the Cobras and Fire show did... they've done a couple of episodes, like the latest, the second to latest one they did, we subtly jabbed at three sides with the whole Nickelback thing.
Right.
Well, they didn't do anything subtle. They straight up went after them.
Really?
Yeah. And Baco kind of put the screws to him. And then their newest episode, and I haven't heard it yet, but the description is they basically decide what the order of a three sides of the coin human centipede would be.
Oh, God.
So they're being subtle, as you can tell.
Oh, man.
I'm looking forward to listening, though.
They're so much classier than us.
And you guys, if you listen to that...
I wish we could be them.
If you guys listen to their show, more power to you. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't listen to. We just don't really approve of their tactics. Let's just put it that way.
You're not talking about Cobras and Fire,
No,
are you?
talking about Three Sides.
No, we totally approve of Cobras and Fire's tactics.
But I'm not going to tell you not to listen to Three Sides. If you want to listen to them, fine. But I think our KISS shows are better than theirs.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I think just about every other KISS podcast out there is better than theirs.
Agreed.
I mean, I honestly have not listened to that show since probably Mitch LaFon was on it, and I quit listening before even Mitch was off of it because
Me
it
too.
wasn't any fun.
And then I broke my rule to listen to the one they did with the promoter of the expo.
Yeah.
It was okay. But no. Oh, and I did hear our friend Bill Wang, who actually has had issues with them, but still listens to the show because they quote get really good guests. He still listens.
Yeah.
He messaged me the other day. They had Christopher Williams on the show.
Yeah.
From Accept.
Right on.
This week, and I guess at the 35-minute mark or whatever, he mentions Decibel Geek. But I haven't heard what's said. And I said, was it followed by laughter from the three clowns that host the show? And he's like, no, it was actually good. So I'll have to check that out.
You have to break your rule twice.
I know. And I've gotten a few messages in the past few days of, hey, I listened to Three Sides and heard about you guys, and now I'm listening to your episodes.
Oh, wow.
So we got listeners out of it, I
That's
guess.
cool. We'll take them.
Yeah. I still want to hear about the human centipede thing.
Yeah, no, I got to definitely listen to that. I've been so behind on podcasts. God, it sucks.
Oh, I listen to them every day, and I'm still behind. There's too many of them.
Too many good ones.
Yeah. All of you that host podcasts need to quit. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, knock it off.
Yeah.
Quit putting out such good product. I can't listen to any of it.
But yeah, I'm
It's a waste. It's a waste of your time because I can't even hear it.
looking forward to meeting up with the Digital Kill the Radio Star guys. And
Yeah?
talking to those guys. They had the Under the Radar band on their show, the band that Todd Poole's managing.
Right?
They're pretty nice sounding young kids. I haven't got to hear the music yet, but You
On
got
his recommendation, they were good.
Yeah, you got to listen to that Todd Poole 2-part interview. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some really good stories in there.
Right on. I bet.
Yeah, because he was right there in the thick of everything.
When, man? When can I listen to this?
I don't know. You gotta quit your job. That's
I
why
do
we
need
need
to
more
quit my
VIPs
job.
so Aaron can quit his job.
So I can listen to podcasts once in a while.
See? That's how it works.
Man, help us recruit some VIPs.
Please do.
Oh, anything else?
I think we're ready to record.
Okay, well, we're going to go
watch
ahead.
my Chiefs play.
Yeah, I hope they're winning. Sorry, Ian.